I am not a registered investment, legal, tax, broker, or dealer. All opinions expressed by me are mine, my own, and how I trade, and my thoughts and my ideas. You need to consult your own professional, you need to do your own due diligence, and you invest your money wisely. Investing has risk. You will see. Do your own research, do your own due diligence. Don't hold me liable. I'm just expressing my own ideas. Do your own due diligence. Hey everybody, so I wanted to make a stupid games video volume 2 and just show you how desperate some traders can be. Tootsie Roll is not talked about a lot. It's a meme stock, whatever. And I actually have long-term call options. Disclaimer, I have long-term call options in here, and I'm loving it. Basically, this is kind of what a short squeeze looks like, right? Like, everybody kind of familiar when all the meme stocks popped off up here in the 58 range, right? And now, short. So there's a big short interest in here. And now you see this volume's died, and the stock has now started to creep higher. But the volume's died. So shorts need to cover. So if they don't have you selling down, they can't cover, right? So if you're buying the dips up in the rips, or if you're trying to go the other way, you want to cover down here. But the volume can't push this down. So this is a legitimate short squeeze that's ongoing. They're going to try today. That's why all my options have time, because you never know when a short squeeze is going to go. But if we take a look at short, let me show you this one website. It's highshortinterest.com. They're pretty good. You can look through the tickers here and everything. But you're going to recognize some names. Like, everybody's familiar with GameStop and short interest. You got Rocket, Go. Just some familiar things. Well, all the way down here is Tootsie Roll, right? And you can kind of see right now it has a short interest of 25% of a 16.41 million of the short interest, right? So, and then there's the outstanding, so basically, they're short. They're short, and it's not being sold down, so it's creeping up. So they have to get people to sell. They have to get legitimate longs to sell, so they can buy back. Because if they buy back against themselves, it's going to cause a short. So I'm going to post a link, or I'm going to try to figure out how to post a link to my Stupid Gains Volume Number 1, where you can see in LTNC, longs drove the price up after hours so they can sell it off and make a profit. Well, that game works both ways. So we're going to see a short today drive up pre-market the price so they can get legitimate longs to sell, so they can start to cover. Now the problem is, like we saw, roughly, how many millions of shares are they short? Well, the problem is their best attempt today, and why it's going to fail or marginally work, is because they only got less than 300,000 of those some odd million shares to cover. And it's a lot worse than that. They were able to cover probably 150,000 shares. I just guesstimating off the top of my head. We can take a look and break it down. But, here's the dumb game, right? This stuff annoys the bejesus out of me, because it's so obvious. So, right, we closed somewhere around the 35.21 mark, 31.20 mark, and then all of a sudden, 20,000 shares, 100 shares. So this legitimately cost them like less than 21,000 shares to drive it up. What did that do? It drove the price higher, so it made people actually want to sell so they can cover. Right? So they had a legitimate chance to cover a few times today. So, okay, we'll sell. Okay, we'll cover. Like this is, you see this volume, you see this wick. This wasn't buying. This was cover. This was covering. Right, down. Okay, we'll cover. Okay, we'll put a block here. We'll stop it. We'll cover a little bit. Okay. Oh, going down. No, this is legitimate long selling. This isn't shorting. And look, they start to cover again, because it gives them a chance to cover. But if you take all this covering, right? So like right there, 6,000 shares, 3,000 shares, you know, roughly probably 10,000 shares there, and their big chunk of probably, you know, 10,000, I'm going to guess, 10,000 shares there. You know, out of everything today, you know, they maybe covered 80,000 shares on the top end, but this dumb game here, this is just annoying. If you ever see this, no, the price is probably going to go the opposite way of this play, right? Because it's either longs that want to sell into a pump, or shorts who want people to try to take profit so they can start to cover. That's what this is. You got to counterthink, you know, you got to be a counterpuncher, right? So they got up here for 21,000 shares, and people are like, oh, rip, we'll take profit and cover. But unfortunately for them, like I said, they're kind of see how this is bowing up, and there's no volume, but we have a high short interest, right? They're stuck. This is what being stuck in a short looks like. What they actually need is they need the stock to go higher so longs can sell. But the problem is they're probably short here, roughly here, right? Here, and you know, somewhere in here, right? Give or take. But once see what happens once we start, and probably in here too, right? See the danger they ran into today? See why they had to get it to sell off? So anyway, this is Stupid Games number 1, and this is how you can tell a short's trapped. High short interest, price is going up, no volume, and even when they try to bring it down and sell in bad days, it's not going anywhere, and it creeps back up. So unless they can find a real way to get people scared and sell, they're going to have a hard time covering. And you know what? My options are out for a year, is to get everybody thinking the stock's going higher, so you can either sell into them, or you can cause old longs to want to sell, right? These guys to want to sell so you can cover. Stupid Game, volume number 2, class dismissed. This stuff is annoying. 21,000 shares and you guys think you're going to get out of this squeeze? Come on, give me a break.